It may seem like everything is getting a remake, and that's true, but honestly, if the selection of games is ones like Destroy All Humans, bring them on! Destroy All Humans is a game from 2005, created by Pandemic Studios, which was sadly shut down by EA. I mean, who hasn't EA shut down, let's be honest. But don't worry, the IP is in good hands with Black Force Games, now shepherding it. Anyways, this PS2 era gem is all about the Earth invasion, spearheaded by Cryptosporidium 137 and Orthopox 13, or Crypto and Pox for short. Now, they aren't just doing this for fun, no, as tantalizing as that sounds. They found Furon DNA on the planet that will ensure the reproduction and survival of the Furon race, which will hopefully allow them to stop cloning themselves. This is great motivation for me as the player, but really, you had me at Earth Invasion. That's all you really needed to say to me to get me to start blowing things up. 2 more games are already out, so I really need to get this Earth Invasion started. And we have trophies to abduct here in this first remake. I was ready for a fun romp, tossing humans around and stoking the fear in the government, but I wasn't prepared to meet resistance on the trophy front. There are some activities in this game that proved to be a worthy opponent and stood in the way of me collecting the Furon Perfection Platinum Trophy. Crypto's race can't wait much longer, and I know neither can you guys, so let's collect this Platinum Trophy together for the glory of the Furons. This is Platinum Hunters, the show where we take a look at everything it takes to get the Platinum Trophy and whether it's worth the effort to achieve it. If you like what THQ Nordic is doing, I know I do, I've got another Platinum you can get in SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated on the channel already. You can check that one out in preparation for the Cosmic Shake, which appears like it's coming early next year. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Platinum Trophy guides just like this one, because you might just find your next Platinum Trophy. The campaign for trophy extraction is actually pretty simple. First, complete all the missions to complete the story of Crypto's rise against the human race. You'll have a bunch of side objectives that you will have to collect while you're doing this, plus there are a ton of miscellaneous trophies to get to. A bunch of fun ones, actually. Then once you collect all of those trophies, the last thing you will need to do is complete all the challenges at Ace rank. I'll explain more of what you need to do when we get to that part of the guide, but these challenges are the hardest part of the Platinum run and the reason why I ranked it at the moderate level. This is what I was alluding to in the intro. This is the resistance that you're going to face. 2 quick notes before we start the invasion. This trophy guide is only going to be representative of the Destroy All Humans Remake and not for the original game re-released back in 2016 on PS4. That game has its own trophy list that's different from this one, and this won't apply to that game. And finally, I have more helpful guides in the description below to assist you if you do need it. Time to deploy Crypto to do what he does best in this batshit crazy story. There are 10 unmissable story trophies to collect across the game's 23 missions that you will embark on. This game is the definition of fun, as missions are not too long but packed with destruction and espionage that will keep you absolutely entertained. The sandbox nature of the levels make each of the areas feel homely and interesting, and I feel like if they were bigger than this, they wouldn't have the same effect. For every mission you complete, there will be 1, 2, or sometimes 3 side objectives that you will need to do. You will need to complete all of them so you can get the trophy, the mandatory option. These side objectives will have extra requirements to complete while you're doing the main objective. So, for example, in the first mission, while you're terrorizing the farm, you will also have 2 side objectives. One, to drown a cow in the lake, bruh. And the other, to kill the farmer's wife by throwing a chicken at her, bruh. Each mission will have variations of these mini objectives, like reach a destination undetected or kill enemies in a certain way. These are just examples, there's a whole bunch of them in each mission to do. Usually they'll relate to what you're currently doing in most cases. They can be done while you're completing the main mission. Most of them are simple and easy to do, but there are a few standouts that took me a few tries to get it done. A few that popped up in the last 3 missions come to mind. Thankfully, you don't have to complete all the side objectives at one time. If you miss out on one and get the other 2 or 1 in the mission, you can just replay the mission via mission select on your ship and focus on the one you missed. You can go back to any missions you have already completed by using mission select in the 3rd tab of the menu, and you are encouraged to do so. You'll get the Return of the Clone 2 Reprobed trophy when you replay any mission using mission select. Now you can go back and pick any missing side objectives or just enjoy a particular mission again. Once you beat all 54 side objectives, you will get the gold trophy. But if you want more help on any particular side objective, check in the guide I have included in the description below, as it will help you get it done. Inside that same menu, there is more to check out and more trophies to grab. There's the Invasion of the Body Swappers trophy, which you'll get for equipping a new look for Crypto. I especially like that Midas gold skin. It looks very bougie, as the humans say. There's a bunch to choose from, and you'll unlock more as you complete missions. All you gotta do is equip one. Then check out the Furonagami so you can get the aptly named Furonagami trophy. This is the place to check out concept art and archive stuff from the production of the game. Pretty neat. You'll get the trophy just by scrolling around. Okay, collectibles. Here we go. This really doesn't happen often, but in this game, you only need to worry about collecting one collectible. Yep, that's it. One. Just one collectible. The trophy is called Harvest Season, and you will just need to collect one probe in any of the 6 areas. In this game, there are a total of 184 of these, but here you only need one. That is good enough. You'll have to get all of them in the PS2 to PS4 original version, but here it's not necessary unless you want to cash in on the DNA upgrades material they give you. Speaking of upgrades, great segue there, Crypto has a vast array of weapons, tech, and abilities that can all be upgraded using DNA you collect from missions, those probes, and challenges. There are 2 categories in the Pox Lab menu when it comes to upgrades. The first one is upgrading Crypto's kit for his on-foot world domination. You'll get the A Pox on Your Gear trophy for buying your first upgrade on anything in this section. The same is true for the And A Pox on Your Saucer 2 trophy, except it's awarded to you for upgrading your saucer whenever and whatever it may be. You have a vast arsenal here too when you're cruising in your saucer, strong enough to level neighborhood blocks down to the concrete. You will naturally want to upgrade as much as you can in both of these categories, but you'll get the Grade A upgrade trophy when you finally upgrade any 3-tier upgrade tree. For example, you can upgrade the Disintegrate Array, which has 2 upgrade paths with 3 upgrades each. You just need to upgrade one of those trees with the 3 upgrades. But to make later trophy escapades and your life easier, I encourage you to upgrade as much as you can, and you'll see why later in the guide. Now that we are upgraded, let's get on with the putrid human terrorizing. The majority of the trophies left are all miscellaneous trophies using Crypto's power and tech. Considering the game we are playing, they are all pretty damn fun too. Stretch the alien legs and get warmed up with the No Time to Waste trophy. This one is very easy to get naturally, as all you have to do is kill a human with a weapon, then use your PK ability, which is your psychokinetic ability, to pick up an item and toss it at another human. This will come very easy as you're facing off against an armada of humans and you'll just naturally get the trophy. Now for the when two humans collide trophy, grab a human and sling it at another human with your PK powers. When you kill another human this way, you'll pop this trophy. This is honestly my favorite way to handle these flesh bags, just picking them up and tossing them in the air and watching them soar. The PK ability is awesome. And this method can lead to another trophy called Fly My Pretties. Throw a human in the air, but this time make sure you catch them on the way down. If you successfully catch them before they go splat, the trophy will be yours. And then toss them again for good measure. One more PK related trophy, then we'll try some of Crypto's other abilities. You will need to have the Disintegrator Ray unlocked so you can get the Pyrokinesis Trophy. What you will need to do is shoot your Disintegrator Ray at a flammable object to light it on fire, and then pick up the item and, you guessed it, throw it at a squishy human. Not every item can be lit on fire, so the hay bales in the first area, Turnip Seed Farm, work really well for this trophy. Very quickly into the game, you will unlock abilities that ensure you will always have health and ammo at your disposal. The Brain Drain trophy is up for grabs when you collect your first brain using your brain extraction ability. Collecting lots of brains will help regenerate your shields faster, and you can upgrade this ability to infiltrate brains and make humans do your bidding. Cool stuff. The second ability that gives you ammo is Crypto's Transmog ability. Something that most games can't seem to get right. Kidding. I'm kidding. But in this game, Transmog will lead you to getting ammo and the Reduced, Abuse, Recycle trophy. Just lock onto an object and transmog it into ammo for your weapons. Now for both of these abilities, you can speed up the process because Crypto ain't got time to wait for health and ammo to appear at his feet. Get the trophy Swift Harvest in the process by mashing the square button while you're performing a transmog or a brain extraction. Mashing the button really does speed up the process and gets you the goods quicker, including this trophy. Another easy one considering all the espionage you'll get up to, Covert Thoughts will pop when you use your Hollow Blob to disguise as any human and then scan another human. Your disguise won't last forever, so if you want to keep up the facade, you have to scan human thoughts to recharge the Hollow Blob. So pretty much a trophy for something you're going to do anyways. A fun trophy that you can get while you're disguised is called Man's Inhumanity to Man. If you see a crowd of humans gathered around something explosive, why not use your mind to make it explode? If you use your powers to trigger the explosion and it blows up multiple humans, you'll get this trophy. You can do this without a disguise too, but you will probably have to do it on some soldiers chasing after you. Wait for a bunch of them to get close and hold square to blow the explosives up. There are 2 location-specific trophies to collect, and thankfully both of them are in the sunny Santa Modesta area. This is probably my favorite area of them all as it's got a ton of character. There is an offshore military base in this place for frick's sake. But we aren't going there for this next trophy, no. Instead, we have to find the donut shop with the big donut on top of it. To get the Hop the Hoop trophy, you're going to have to go where no man has gone before. Through the hole. The donut hole. Focus! But the trick here is that you can't touch the ground while you're doing it, so if you land on the donut, you won't get the trophy. So you'll need to glide up to the donut hole and air dash through it to get the trophy. It's the only way to effectively do it, so you will need at least the first dash upgrade to help you with this. The other trophy is found on the beach beside the shark warning sign. Do Feed the Sharks is a trophy you will get if you toss a human into the ocean beside this said sign. For the trophy to pop, you need to make sure the sign is visible on your screen when you launch any human into the water. So disobey this sign and feed these lovely sharks some chum for a trophy. Okay, time to get in the saucer and raise some hell. This saucer is capable of some seriously destructive things with its death ray, sonic boom, and quantum deconstructor. But sometimes it's just fun to use the tractor beam and grab things and launch them. Do exactly that for the Rejected for Probing trophy. Use your tractor beam to grab something on the ground and launch it into something else. Whether it's throwing trucks into buildings, military tanks into people into anything, just grab something and throw it at something else. When you abduct a vehicle, you can drain it of its precious Earth resources to repower your saucer shields. When you pick up a big vehicle like a truck, you can get the Gas Guzzler trophy when you drain it to replenish your shields. Mash the button in the same way you would do it for the Transmog and Brain Extraction to suck the truck of everything it has, including the trophy. Now, just because you are piloting a technically advanced death machine doesn't mean the army can't take you out of the skies using missiles. You will get the Repulsatron to deal with these threats, and you'll get the Simply Repulsive trophy when you use it to stop your first incoming projectile. Using this defense mechanism is just a matter of timing it right, and you'll need to use it right before the missile hits your ship. Later upgrades will increase the timing window, making it easier to pull this off. Okay, one more trophy left for this section, as is tradition. This trophy is also simple yet entertaining. Go to Turnip Seed Farm and abduct a cow. Yep, that's it. Tractor beam a bovine. That's good comedy. Okay, it's time to execute the final part of our plan and take on what's easily the most difficult part of the trophy invasion campaign. But make sure you hit that like button to first let me know I have backup for this fight. Now that you have completed all the main missions, gotten all the side objectives, and cleaned up everything else you had to do to torment the humans, it's time to take on the challenges. And this was a level of challenge that I was taken aback by. I knew they gave a pretty good challenge when playing them back in the original, but damn, getting all 3 stars on some of these were very oppressive. This is pretty much where the challenge of the plat comes from and why the overall trophy difficulty got bumped up to a 4 out of 10. Start by going down to Turnip Seed Farm area in free roam and trying out one of these challenges. You will get the Down to the Challenge trophy when you finish your first challenge in this area. Note that to unlock the other challenge types in the 5 other areas, you will need to complete the 4 challenge types here on the Funny Farm first, and then the others will unlock. Our ultimate goal and the last trophy you are going to pop for this platinum run is called Ace of Space, which will unlock when you ace all 24 challenges across the 6 areas. Basically, an ace is just getting 3 stars on the particular challenge, which is easier said than done for some of these. All of the challenges are timed, by the way. We're going to cover in depth all 4 different types of challenges and the best ways to beat them. Just note that along the way of dominating these challenges, you will also get the Jerk of All Trades trophy when you 2-star all 24 challenges. So 1 trophy for 2 stars, and then the bigger trophy for 3 stars. It's essentially just a trophy to taunt you if you're getting stuck on some of these. But fear not, Furon friend, we will assure the victory of our trophy hunting race by covering each challenge type and giving you strategies for each. We'll start with the easiest of the 4 challenge types, which are the Armageddon Challenges. Getting your first ace in this challenge type will get you the Art of Armageddon trophy when you get your first 3-star ranking. You will be piloting your saucer in these 6 challenges, and the mission is just to cause gratuitous amounts of property damage to everything around you. The objective is the same across all 6 Armageddon events, and even the bonus objective is the same. For all of these challenges, you will absolutely need to play the bonus objective to get 3 stars, as they give you extra points. In this case, you will see a bunch of marked cars driving around, and you will need to abduct them and mash the triangle button to drain their energy. This will get you extra points, so try and collect as many of these as you possibly can. As you're heading to the bonus targets, just blow shit up. Aim for bigger monuments for more points or areas with a cluster of targets. It's recommended that you have your saucer upgraded so you have more ammo and more power at your disposal, but I did most of these without too many upgrades to my saucer. A good thing about these challenges is that they award you with a megaton of DNA, so that you can use to collect all your upgrades, and by the end of beating all these challenges, you'll have enough DNA to fully upgrade both Crypto and his saucer. So don't worry about this challenge type too much, as it's pretty easy to get 3 stars on all of them. The next one is not too bad either, and it's the Rampage challenge type. This time you're on foot causing mass destruction and mayhem. You'll get the Righteous Rampage Trophy when you get your first ace in this challenge type. These require you to eradicate all the enemies in the area that could come in the form of farmers, police, majestic agents, cows. I knew those bovines were up to no good. The second objective for more points will require you to defeat them with a certain weapon or a certain element, like electrifying the cows or explosions. These challenges are simple and straightforward, and really the only Rampage event that gave me a challenge was the one on Capital City, the last area in the game. This one was difficult to beat with the high kill count. Even if you played the objective by extracting brains, it was still tough. However, an upgraded anal probe gun did the trick. Yeah, you heard me say that right. With the ability to probe multiple majestic agents at once, this gun made this challenge laughable. Up yours, humans! Once you beat all 6 Rampage challenges, you are halfway there. It's going to get a bit harder from here with this next challenge type, so get ready. Next we have the Champion of Abduction Trophy when you get your first ace of any of the 6 Abduction Challenges. These are quite fun aside from a few that can be a real pain in the ass, and I'm not talking about anal probes this time. Pox will send a tractor beam down from the Mothership, and your main objective of these challenges is to throw enough of a certain thing into it before the time limit runs out. The beam will keep moving along an intended path, and there is also bonus points up for grabs for delivering them in the beam a certain way. For example, the challenge in Turnip Seed Farms wants you to abduct as many cows as you can throw into the beam, and you get bonus points if you deliver them alive. So you will be using your PK ability to toss as many things as you can. Therefore, you're going to want to upgrade it to the max before you start tackling these missions seriously. It's also good to have crypto shields maxed out so you can just run through the human resistance and focus on the objective. Trust me, you won't have time to deal with threats, especially on the Abduction Challenge in Area 42. This was the second last challenge I needed to beat, and I must have run this stupid thing 20 plus times before I finally beat it. It tasks you with throwing military objects and personnel into the beam, and the total amount of items you will need is 90. Doesn't sound like a lot, but you really don't have much time, especially when you hit parts of the route where there are no soldiers or military items to toss in. You really need to be fast and throw in some larger items which are worth double points and can only be picked up with a fully upgraded PK ability. The other one that gave me trouble was again at Capital City, where you need to abduct majestic agents. Double points if they're dead. Thankfully, this time the beam just circles around this monument right here, but you get frickin' swarmed by the majestic forces in great numbers. Sometimes you just have to clear them out before you die, and you really don't have time to spare doing that. These two gave me a lot of trouble, but the worst is yet to come with our final challenge type. Finally, there are the races, and the last trophy we need to cover called Furon Faster Race, which again will be given to you when you complete your first of the 6 races. In this challenge type, you will need to follow this malfunctioning probe and collect all the DNA samples he drops behind him. The faster you collect the sample, the more DNA it will give you, so you need to be pretty damn close to this bot, smelling what he ate for breakfast, so you can get the maximum amount of points. As well, if you collect all the DNA samples in a run, you will get some bonus points at the end. Don't even think about trying to complete these races unless you have a fully maxed out hover pack and skate upgraded, because you will be using them a lot. By now you should have enough DNA collected from the other challenges. The first 4 races are not so bad. There might be a few failed attempts here and there, but some of the races are trial and error as you learn the droid's path. But then you get to the races in Uniontown and Capital City, and now you pretty much have to be perfect on these runs. They demand that you use the skate any chance you are on foot, and require you to be really good at gliding. It also doesn't help that this droid takes the dumbest paths imaginable, smashing into cars that could get in your way. The droid also jumps, leaving you to stop skating and jump for the sample. It will zigzag around objects for no reason, and it makes sharp turns, leaving samples in those spots. These challenges will test your determination for getting this plat, as you will often find yourself 100 to 200 points short of the ace. These races don't leave a lot of room for error, and you will need to optimize your run before you can hit the 3-star point threshold. Again, determination is the key here, and make sure you collect all the samples so the bonus points push you over the edge and into 3-star glory. With all that being said, once you complete all 24 challenges to 3 stars, you will have the Ace of Space trophy pop, and that will be the end of your campaign to collect all trophies and destroy all humans. It's a very tough trophy to best, but determination will see you achieve total annihilation of these challenges. And on that note, if you have terrorized a whole whack of already whack citizens, infiltrated secret declassified areas, leveled a bunch of towns with your saucer, fought against the US military and majestic agents, anal probed a bunch of humans, and collected all the trophies, congratulations! You will rightfully take the Furon Perfection Platinum Trophy for Destroy All Humans, the remake. Overall, this game is endlessly entertaining to play with its sandbox environments and interesting mission structure. The remake does a great job smoothing out the original's rougher edges while staying faithful. And of course, collecting a platinum trophy on top of it is the cherry on the top of a sugary earth delicacy. I mean, you can get the plat for the PS2 game in its original state, but I think this version of the game is the better one to play. I have both plats. Trust me, this is the better choice if you only have time to play this game once. Unless, of course, you can't stand the challenges. They might be the red menace that puts you into trophy-induced hysteria, but I personally recommend this one if you want to push for the platinum trophy. Determination, that's the key. From here, there's 2 directions we could go. Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed just dropped, and it's the remake for the second game in the series. But there's also the multiplayer-centric clone Carnage, which I definitely know people could use a guide to get that plat faster and easier. Either way, there's still a lot of abducting and destruction left to be done. That's it for this video. I really had fun playing this game. I hope if you decide to check it out, you have fun as well. There's still the 2 other games, like I mentioned, that I need to beat, and I'm working on them right now as well. I'm also working on some content for Halloween and the October month. I like to be a little festive when it comes to that month, so there's going to be some spooky trophy guides coming your way very, very soon. So definitely subscribe to the channel to keep up with all these trophy guides, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope all of your trophy hunting expeditions and world destruction goes incredibly well, and peace out.